Hello everybody and welcome back for more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In this episode, we are going to finish up the rest of Ganon's castle. Well, just basically finishing off the rest of the barriers, and then we'll be able to store the rest of the tower. And so next up is, of course, the Shadow Room, which, of course, we've been here before because we were over there just to get the Golden Gauntlets, and then I just ditched the place and didn't even bother finishing the rest just so I could do it in order, because that's just how I play. Because people have their own way of playing, and I just play my way. So don't judge me. Anyway, so as you probably saw before, as it's probably considered a sneaky preview, and that like was way too close to me, so I better do something about that. So yeah, just like before, we just have to get across, and all you gotta do is just well, actually, you know what? I was such an idiot after realizing that I wasted my magic into having to use the fire arrows, when it turns out there was that chest right there. I could have just used my long shot to get across and not have to worry about that kind of shit. So yeah, I wasted my arrows and I wasted some of my magic. So yeah, and also I could just use the Lens of Truth to see those invisible pathways right there. So I was such a dumbass when I recorded this. I don't even know what the hell I was thinking. Anyways, I gotta say, one thing I actually do appreciate about Ganon's Castle is that, like, for one thing, it's actually just having you do everything. Like, you know, it's letting you use all the items. So, like, we got to use the Megaton Hammer again. Like, it's basically just, you know, throwing everything at you, like, basically from all that you've learned throughout this game or throughout the quest. And so that way it has the game has you just use or utilize every single one of those items that you've used before. So it's not that you're gonna fully ditch those, so we can actually just say, you know, just use them. It's like basically from what you learned in the game. The only exception may, of course, the ice arrows, because well, I mean, they just made them useless. So anyway, shadow barriers down, and there's Impa. The shadow barrier is dispelled. Please save the princess. And that's what we will do. Alright, so we got that down, and just 2 more to go. So yeah, if you just know your kind of puzzles for each of these rooms, Ganon's Castle actually isn't really that bad, honestly. Like, the way it's structured, you just have to go through go those barriers, and then after that, it's just a straight shot over through the tower, which we'll probably get into, and you'll probably just see. You know, as long as you got enough preparations that are necessary, then, you know, it shouldn't be too bad. Alright, so next one, that right there is the light room, and we need the gold gauntlets for that because of that big stone, that stone pillar that was right there. But first, we're just gonna go and head over to the spirit room. Don't you think those two little things on the symbol kind of looks like those quotation marks that just went there? They really do look like quotation marks, I gotta say. Alright, so it's another one of those rooms where you have to collect those silver rubies. I gotta say, yeah, the Shadow Room is probably the only room that doesn't have you collect silver rubies. Everything else does, somehow. And thankfully, though, those Arma statues are the fake ones, so they won't try to they won't try to attack you at all. So you just move those. You actually have to pull those Arma statues enough to where those blade traps that you see there, they would just have they would just give you some more room for you to come across, because as you can see here, yeah, there's like it's just going back and forth through this tiny space right there. So you have to just pull it to just for you to get enough space, so that way there you wouldn't really hit that blade trap that was right there. Although I guess you probably could just go the jackass way, like a lot of speedrunners like to do, and just you know, not worry about that. Just get the silver ruby that way. Anyway, I think it might be possible for you to do that. I'm not sure. I mean, I had to play it safe anyway, but I think it is possible to just you know, just grab the silver ruby while the blade trap is in that kind of range, and then all you gotta do is just roll through it. Just be very quick. So I mean, it does seem. I think it seems to be possible, but I'm not entirely sure though. If it is, that's actually the one kind of thing that speedrunners just love to do for this. And I mean, you know, kudos to those people who do those, but my God, that's just like that's just kind of like, you know, overkill, I gotta say. That's why I like to call it jackass route. So that's essentially what it is, jackass. Yeah, like, I'm Lincoln. This is Blade Trap speed runs, and all that stuff. Yeah. This one I gotta say is a little more puzzle. Oh yeah, more use of the bomb shoes. Yeah, this one's a little bit puzzle-like here. Well, actually, I would say the water room. Actually, I'm sorry, the water room in Massive Air Quotes because it's really the water room is just like the ice room. And it does have that block puzzle you have here, so it's just a couple of puzzles that'll be thrown at you, but nothing really too complex if you just know the layouts and all that. Alright, so we have this next one here. We've encountered something like this in the Spirit Temple. First thing we're going to want to do is that, I thought I have to look at there just to make sure I have the right tools necessary. But you want to use the fire arrows to burn down that cobweb, and then you want to web out your mirror shield as well. And then once you do that, then this light will start shutting down. And make sure you you shine your mirror shield, the light of the mirror shield on the sun, the very first sun after that corridor. If you hit anything else, then Wall Master will appear. So just don't hit those. At first I thought it was kind of a random thing, but no, I think it's always like the same they have to do. Alright, so there's a spirit barrier that's up next, and the Boru should be showing up at any time. There she is. The spirit barrier is dispelled. Hurry up, kid. I'm not a kid anymore. Well, I mean, come to think of it, though, I think, well, technically Link is still a kid, though. I mean, you know, granted, since he was supposedly 9 years old, and so, let me think, 9 plus 7, that'd be 16, so that's underage, so that means he's still considered a kid regardless, or teenager more like, even though they still call him Adult Link, because, I mean, because adult and adult. But, I mean, you know, he's still a kid mentally, though, because, like, you know, that since he pulled out the Master Sword, and so they placed him into a coma for 7 years, and so he came back as an adult, so, like, you know, so he only aged physically, but mentally he's still a 9-year-old kid, so I've already explained that before, but, yeah, so I guess it's still technically true that he's still a kid, you know, just mentally, though. But, yeah, so basically it was just this how it works, so. Anyway, so now we have one last room to go. This is the light room. It's kind of funny how they just gave Ganon's Castle a light room, even though there was never really a light-based dungeon per se. I mean, there was a Temple of Light, but that's like, but it was located within the Sacred Realm, and that's where the that's actually the Chamber of Sages. But we never actually go through a dungeon like that, because after we follow the Master Sword and become Adult Link, then Rauru just gives you the light medallion just immediately after meeting him. So yeah, we never really go through a light-based dungeon, because I think I've already explained this before, but I think there was originally supposed to be a light-based dungeon in the beta of Ocarina of Time, and if so, then of course that of course was a scrap because of probably because of time constraints. So that's why they just maybe that will probably explain the light medallion and then this room here. So that's probably what I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure there was originally supposed to be a light-based dungeon, and then that eventually got scrapped. So yeah, a lot of things had to get scrapped because of time constraints, and then just left out for the final version. All right, so the light room basically it's a little bit lengthier than the previous rooms. With this one, it was a very small room, so you just have to just play Zelda's Lullaby for that small key, and then this should be the last room here. It's yet another one of those silver rupee collecting. But you have to watch out for the boulders, and this is also under a 1-minute time limit, so you have to be quick about it. At least the silver rupees are a little easier to find because they're in these alcoves and also in the center of this these pillars right here. So really it really shouldn't be too bad, but you know it is kind of a tight kind of time there. Even after you collect the silver rupees, the timer will still go down, so you have to hurry and get through. And oh, look at that! This room's empty. No barrier at all. Oh, just kidding. We're just go there. I wouldn't get it that easily though. There is a wall master in that room, so you want to be careful. So they kind of want to. Yeah, the guys go like, "Fooled you." But yeah, you'll actually see that corridor if you just use the lens of truth, and so that's how you can just get through. So anyway, so that's down. Hello there, Rauru, or Kibor, rather. The light barrier is dispelled. Hurry! Alright, and so that's the last of the barriers for the light barrier, and then that should be all 6 of the barriers down, and so we'll be able to head further through the tower, or climb the tower rather. Alrighty, all that's said and done, and so let's see all this in action. They have to use that kind of sound. It's like, whoa. It's kind of humorous in a way. So, okay, well maybe not, but I mean it's a little amusing when it does that. So, what? You want me to take this seriously? Okay, fine. I'll take this seriously. That sound has to be there for for the barrier to go off. There, I took it seriously. You happy now? Good, good. You better be. But anyways, so yeah, all the barriers are down, and so the huge barrier that's blocking Ganon's tower is finally removed and open for us, and so now we are ready to raid Ganon's tower. Here we are. It's still, I mean, still considered like inside Ganon's castle, but you know, here we are. So all that's left is just climb the rest of the tower and then face off against the Demon King himself. And so the rest of the way is actually like pathetically easy. I mean, there's gonna be some enemies thrown at you, and some couple of you know, enemies that are like considered mini bosses. But other than that, though, it's actually like super easy because you know, basically just climb the tower until you reach the top. That's like literally all there is. And also, if you probably listen closely, you can actually hear a rather peculiar organ playing. It actually sounds rather intimidating and kind of like cool sounding. Alright, so once we get into these rooms right here, we got some Dinolfos again. If you didn't really go after the Gerudo training grounds, this would technically be your first encounter against the Dinolfos, but, you know, I already had to show it off because, well, you know, even though Gerudo training grounds is really pointless because, you know, because you didn't really need the prize or the ice arrows it has. Yeah, so I had to show it off anyway for the sake of 100% completion and also for this Let's Play, so... Anyways, so yeah, I gotta say, all those barriers are down, and so we're all that's left is just climb the tower and face after Ganondorf. We've really come this far, folks. Because you know, it's like, you know, it's been quite a long and arduous journey that we had to go through, and so look at that, we finally made it after all the hardships and everything like that. And it's already come to this, so we're almost done with this game, and well, you know, as you already guessed, it's the next will be the finale. Alright, there's a chest row. Oh, actually, this would be the boss chest that has the boss key, because we saw how fancy it looked inside that Ring of Fire. And there's some more Sulfos, and yeah, I decided to switch over to the Master Sword because, well, you know, I know, I could have just still used a bigger one sword, but you know what? It's canonical that Link uses the Master Sword. It's the Blade of Evil's Blade for a reason. Did you just walk over to that chest without even jumping? I just noticed that. Did you guys notice that? Because I sure did. It's rather creepy, but okay. But yeah, I just want to go for like the Master Sword anyway, because you know it's awesome like that. Yeah, you know I'm way too much of a Zelda nerd to like just want to continuously using the Master Sword no matter what, because it's always Link's go-to weapon. I mean, it doesn't really appear in every single Zelda game, like you know, for most of the handheld games. Well, pretty much all of them except for Link Between Worlds, because that's like the only handheld game that has a Master Sword in it. So he's not like always gonna use it per se, but you know. But other than that though, it's always like you know, the definitive weapon for Link. All right, so see we have 2 Iron Knuckles. Now I don't think I necessarily had to be using a Neighbor's Law for this, considering that my defense has been increased. But I guess that's the way it's safe anyway. And yeah, I probably could have just you know waited to kill the other Iron Knuckle first before this before we get to the next one, but I just went for 2 of them anyway. Well, I guess probably just to make things a little quicker for me, just having to kill both those at once. But yeah, because there's like 2 Iron Knuckles instead of 1, that's what makes things so much harder this time around. So yeah, because I know in the Spirit Temple, you only kind of 1 Iron Knuckle and they're treated as mini bosses, but not so much here though. And now you're facing against 2 Iron Knuckles. Like, god damn, this is like really going to the stream here. Well, looks like we should be just about almost done with this here, though. So I gotta be careful with those 2. We got the black one now, or the armor that's taken off already. And there we go. And all that's left is you right there, and now now our Neighbor's Love is already going away. Yeah, I think if I ever do get hit, I just wonder how much okay, yeah, well, that much damage. Yeah, actually, I kind of still hurts either way, but, you know, I guess I still have to play it safe. But, you know, at least my defense has still been increased, so, I mean, I wouldn't really have it that bad here. Yeah, you can actually see those figures right there for those Iron Knuckles. Yeah, as it turns out, yeah, they actually are Gerudo that's supposedly brainwashed. I didn't, because, yeah, for the longest time, I didn't quite know that, but I just looked a little deeper into it, and then that's how they confirmed that that those Iron Knuckles are actually Gerudo. Which, yeah, I mean, like I said, it is hard to tell because of her voice. But, you know, then again, though, Noboru was an Iron Knuckle when she was brainwashed. So, yeah, there we go. Alright, so that's done. And so, now that we have the boss key, then the boss door should be all the way up to, yep, there it is, right there. And so there's this room right here. I can actually just climb there. It's actually part of this room, or the one we'll be going to, in case something ever happens. But we're not gonna. But we're not gonna just. We're gonna save the surprise here. So this way, I could have just smashed those jars to actually get some hearts and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I must have just wanted to continue through. So anyway, let's go to these long stairs. You know what those long stairs mean, folks? Yeah, that's right. These long, winding stairs that. Oh god, that's a shit ton of stairs. Even longer than the final stairs in Peach's Castle in Mario 64. Although they were endless stairs, so I mean, those at least those stairs are not endless. Down here, and all that stuff. All right, and yeah, I went ahead and used the blue potion. I probably could have saved those, but for the final boss fight against Ganondorf, you're going to be using your magic meter quite a lot, and I don't think it actually heals the magic meter before the final boss, but I don't know. That's why I had to use Blue Potion right away, because, you know, you're going to be using your magic quite a lot. But we'll see that once we get to the final boss. But speaking of, next time on Let's Play Ocarina of Time, we're going to, at long last, face off against the Evil King himself, put him in his place, and save Hyrule, and reclaim it. I will see you guys for the finale of this Let's Play.